This is Dave. Today, Dave is going to be bitten by the world's deadliest spider. There's just one problem. Dave doesn't know which spider is the deadliest, and neither do you. It's not the one you're thinking of. We're going to put Dave through every venom on Earth to find out what's actually worth being afraid of. Let's get bitten. Most people imagine a spider bite as a sharp, obvious moment, a clear puncture, a scream. That's a movie. Reality is much quieter. A brown recluse can bite Dave in his sleep, and he won't notice for hours. A funnel web, on the other hand, doesn't believe in subtlety. Its fangs are large enough to punch through a human fingernail, or thick leather. Dave puts on the shoe. Dave learns what mechanical trauma feels like. This is the part that's actually consistent across deadly spiders. The bite itself isn't what kills you. The bite is just the delivery system. Up to 90% of funnel web bites are completely dry. No venom injected at all. Spiders don't actually want to waste venom on Dave. He's too big to eat. But when they do commit, they commit hard. Funnel web venom isn't just toxic. It's specifically engineered to ruin primates, which is a hilarious evolutionary coincidence because Dave is a primate. So what does that venom actually do once it's inside? Spiders evolved 3 completely different ways to kill a mammal. Door number 1, neurotoxins. The venom hijacks Dave's nervous system. Door number 2, cytotoxins. The venom dissolves Dave's tissue from the inside. Door number 3, hemotoxins. The venom turns Dave's blood against him. Most spiders pick one. Some, like the South American recluse, pick all 3. But here's the thing the headlines never tell you. The most toxic venom isn't the same thing as the deadliest spider. A black widow's venom is 15 times more potent than rattlesnake venom by weight. But a widow injects about 0.03 of a milligram per bite. A snake injects hundreds. Imagine the most powerful gun in the world. Now imagine it shoots 1 grain of rice. That's most spiders. Terrifying lab numbers. Disappointing crime scenes. So which spider actually gets the job done? We start with the one everyone thinks of first, the Sydney funnel web. Strictly endemic to a small zone around one city in Australia, and yet, for decades, it was considered the deadliest spider on Earth. 10 seconds after the bite, Dave feels something he wasn't expecting. Pure mechanical pain. The fangs are huge, and the venom is acidic. At 1 minute, Dave's muscles around the bite start rippling on their own. The toxin has found his sodium channels and jammed them open. His nerves can't stop firing. At 10 minutes, the venom hits his autonomic system. This is where things get weird. Dave is now sweating, drooling, crying, and getting goosebumps all at once. His tongue starts spasming uncontrollably. His face goes numb around the mouth. By 30 minutes, his blood pressure spikes so hard it starts forcing fluid into his lungs. Dave is essentially drowning, in a room, with no water. Before 1981, this is where Dave's story would end. In 1949, a 14-year-old boy named Warren Crickmore was bitten. He died in 12 hours. One documented case involved a small child who died in 15 minutes. Same venom, smaller body. But Dave gets lucky. Dave lives in the modern era. Now switch venoms. Same Dave, different spider, a brown recluse, tiny, calm, hiding in the sleeve of a jacket Dave hasn't worn since spring. Dave puts the jacket on. The spider does what spiders do when crushed. And here's the cruel part. Dave doesn't feel a thing. For the next few hours, the venom is quietly doing something horrifying under his skin. The venom contains an enzyme called sphingomyelinase D. It cuts apart cell membranes. But it doesn't stop there. It activates Dave's own enzymes to keep destroying tissue for him. This is auto-cannibalism, biochemically speaking. By hour 8, a small red bump appears on Dave's arm. He thinks it's a pimple. By day 2, the center turns blue, then purple, then black, surrounded by a hard, swollen ring. By week 1, a dry black scab forms. Then it falls off, and the hole underneath keeps growing. The wound can keep eating downward for up to 17 weeks. Long after the spider is forgotten, Dave's body is now finishing the job the spider started months ago. And the truly upsetting part? This isn't even the deadly version. Let's rewind. The funnel web has bitten Dave. He's sweating, drooling, drowning. His body knows something is wrong. It tries to fight. It loses. Immune systems are built for bacteria and viruses, not for molecular crowbars. This is where antivenom comes in, and the story of how it exists is genuinely wild. In 1981, an Australian doctor named Struan Sutherland figured out how to milk funnel web spiders at scale. They inject the venom into horses. The horses make antibodies. The antibodies become Dave's lifeline. Since 1981, one person has died from a funnel web bite. Exactly one. In 2017, a 10-year-old named Matthew Mitchell got bitten by a funnel web hiding in his shoe. The hospital gave him 12 vials of antivenom, the largest dose in Australian history. He walked out of the hospital the next day. 0 permanent damage. So for the funnel web, the deadliest spider in the world, the answer is a syringe. For the brown recluse, there's no antivenom in the United States at all. Doctors just watch and wait and hope Dave's a healthy adult. But Dave might do something even dumber before he ever reaches a doctor. Dave has watched a lot of movies. Dave knows what to do. Myth 1. Suck out the venom. Spider venom is made of huge proteins that diffuse into the lymphatic system in seconds. You can't suck it out. It's already gone. You can only add Dave's mouth bacteria to an open wound. Myth 2. Tourniquet. Cut off arterial blood flow to a limb long enough, and Dave doesn't need the spider. The limb dies on its own. But there's a smarter version. For funnel web bites only, Australian protocol uses pressure immobilization. Wrap firmly. Splint the limb. Don't move. The venom stays trapped in the lymph system until the ER. But do this with a widow or a recluse bite, and you've just concentrated the damage in one place. Myth 3. Cut the bite open, burn it, pour bleach. Every single one of these accelerates tissue damage and guarantees a much worse scar than the spider would have left. What actually works is boring. Cold compress, stay calm, get to a hospital, and if you can, bring the spider, because identifying the spider changes everything, especially when it's the one nobody talks about. Time for the answer Dave's been waiting for. Which spider in the modern world actually has the highest chance of killing him? Funnel web? 1 death since 1981. Antivenom works 97% of the time. Brazilian wandering spider? 4,000 bites a year in Brazil. Maybe 15 deaths in a century. Black widow? In the US, the last 50 years, the death count rounds to 0. The spiders everyone fears barely kill anyone. The deadliest spider in the world is one you've probably never heard of. Meet Loxosceles leda, the Chilean recluse, same family as the American brown recluse, but louder, meaner, and way better at killing. Most of its bites just leave a nasty wound, but sometimes the venom goes systemic. When that happens, the venom doesn't just eat skin, it starts popping red blood cells from the inside. Dave's kidneys flood with destroyed cell debris and start to fail. His blood starts clotting and bleeding at the same time. And here's the part that makes this spider the actual champion. Antivenom can't fix it. By the time symptoms are bad enough to send Dave to the ER, the venom has already locked into his cell membranes. In one Chilean study, of every 100 people who developed systemic loxoscelism, 19 died, 19%, compared to 1% for cobra bites with no treatment. The deadliest spider on Earth is a quiet brown spider hiding in a Chilean closet. Not a fang, not a strike, not a dramatic Australian rear-up, just a brown speck and a coin flip in your bloodstream. Dave survived this one, probably shouldn't have. What should Dave survive next? Drop it in the comments. We'll send him.